these quests, like I just mentioned, they can be emotional quests, creative, spiritual, academic, a relational quest. Maybe it's artistic, maybe it's geographic. We don't pursue these experiences to escape. We pursue these experiences because we love to expand. Hi, I'm Ashleigh, and welcome to the Big Crystal Energy Podcast. This is a place for the crystal curious, arcane-minded, and everything in the in-between. In this podcast, we will jump down the rabbit hole into the metaphysical, esoteric, occult, and spiritual realms. Nothing is off limits. I'm a mom, wife, an orthopedic physician assistant by day, and a seeker of all things spooky and kooky by night. I've spent my entire career in the medical field, but have always felt like there is more out there, and this is where we will explore together. We will have conversations with crystal healers, rock hounds, artists, musicians, spiritual coaches, magic makers, and anything woo-woo that strikes our fancy. Let's take our spiritual journey to the next level. So grab a crystal, pour a cup of tea. It's time to feel the big crystal energy. Welcome to Big Sagittarius energy this week. I'm Ashleigh, and I'm a Sagittarius sun. Yes, I am. And I've been looking forward to doing this episode for selfish reasons, because I just want to not only celebrate the season, but also my birthday. But this episode is not going to be about my birthday, just a little bit, but not too much, because that would be selfish. But this is my show, so I can do whatever I want. But no, I will not be going on and on about my birthday. The lighting is just odd. Anyway, I have my Christmas jammies on. I have this incredible red stone pendant. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I like it. And I've got some red wine. I'm going to call it garnet flavored wine, because when I was collecting all of my materials for this episode, the one stone I could not find was garnet. So this reminds me of garnet. Anyway, cheers. It's my birthday month, and I get to celebrate my birthday all month. Why not? I'm always looking for a reason to celebrate. So if you're new here, I'm Ashleigh, and I'm a Sagittarius. Hello. Welcome back to Big Crystal Energy. Whoop, whoop. I got some of my favorite crystals with me. I've got some pyrite. I have some aquamarine, which I'm going to be talking about later. Smoky quartz, amethyst, sodalite, and what else? A big, pretty piece of labradorite. So I've got all my crystal friends here. And today we step into the wild liminal fire of Sagittarius season, which runs from November 22nd through November 21st. And my birthday is on, wait, did I say November 21st? November 22nd through December 21st. I don't know what I just said. But my birthday is on December 20th. So I'm kind of like right there on the cusp. I definitely have many attributes of a Capricorn as well. But I am Sagittarius through and through. So this is the final fire sign of the zodiac year. This is a bold, visionary, hungry for truth fire, which is me. Sagittarius energy is the torch you carry into the winter darkness. Oh my gosh. Yes, here's the torch. We carry our torch into the winter darkness. It's mystical, restless, philosophical, intuitive, and deeply transformative. And as a Sagittarius sun myself, this episode is personal, as I mentioned before. This is my season, my inner fire, my liminal landscape. So let's step into the portal. Sagittarius is symbolized by the centaur, which is half human, half wild, half divine, right? This sign is duality incarnate. We have And I love duality, right? So we have rational and mystical, grounded and cosmic, wanderer and philosopher, intuitive and intellectual. As a Sagittarius myself, I feel like I really ride the line between those things, right? Like I have my very clinical mind when I go to work every day, but then I have also my whole mystical side. So there's a lot of duality within my own days every day. And as Sagittarians, we kind of walk and weave between the worlds, between our identities, between the realities of life. We are this bridge between the mundane and the magical. And personally, I love that so much. A Sagittarius will ask, what is the truth beneath the truth? What is calling me forward? And you know me. If you know me in the real world, you know I love to get deep, right? I do not love surface level conversations. I mean, I'm really not here for small talk. I want to get into it. That's where the juice is, right? That's where we really understand somebody. That's where we learn about somebody. I don't want to talk to you about the weather. I mean, yeah, okay, sure. Is it raining outside? Yes. Is it cold out? Maybe. Is it too hot? Maybe, but that's it. I don't want to sit there and chit chat about the weather all day. I read this meme online. I actually reposted it recently, and it said, I want to live by the ocean, but also in a forest, but also in the mountains, but also in a big city, but also in the countryside. Do you feel me? That is truly a Sagittarius anthem. I literally feel like every single place I travel, I'm like, oh, I would love to live here. Do you ever get that way? When we lived in the country, I loved living in the country. When we live in town, I love living in town. Every time we go to the city, like San Francisco, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really am meant to live in the city. And it's so funny because the last time I was in San Francisco, just a few weeks ago, I was walking around in the city at night by myself. I had just had enough family time. I just needed to get out and take a breather. So I decided to take a walk in the dark, in the rain by myself. I walked to a bookstore. Don't worry, it was fine. I don't know if I was safe. I am alive now, so it was fine. But as I was walking back, I even remember I made a story on my Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to live in the country, but I also want to live in the city. And my dream is to live at the beach. But then also, this is so me. And it's not because we're indecisive, but because we're just cosmically fluent in all different possibilities. I like to believe, right? We could thrive in any kind of environment, really. Who are some Sagittarius icons who embody this kind of expansive visionary energy? Okay, Taylor Swift. Hello, December 13th, 1989. She's a storyteller. She is really the reinvention queen. She's a philosophical lyricist. We also have Janelle Monáe, who is incredible. She was born on December 1st, 1985. Multidimensional. She's very futuristic. She's boundary breaking. We also have Billie Eilish. She's on December 18th, 2001. She's introspective. She's genre shifting, mystical, raw. And then also we have the icon himself, Walt Disney, December 5th, 1901. The architect of imagination itself, right? Each of these people expresses the Sagittarius themes of evolution, truth, creativity, reinvention, and world building. So I'm so fortunate to be among those other amazing Sagittarian energies. Sagittarius season is kind of a threshold. It's a crossroads, a moment of spiritual expansion. During the season, you might feel restless, inspired, curious, intuitive, existential, ready for reinvention. I think I had all of those feelings today when I was on my walk. Today I went for a walk and I said, okay, I'm just going to listen to a podcast. I'm going to take a walk, enjoy being outside. Okay, I did that. But then I was getting this idea about this. And then I was trying to organize my podcast for the next year. And then I had a vision about this. And then I decided I needed to voice memo my friends. And then I needed to do this. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I had literally all of those things going on all at once. Sagittarius provides the vision. And then we move into Capricorn season, which provides the structure, right? But this is where, right now, is where the quest begins. So I was listening to this other podcast that I really enjoy called Opening the Door with Haley B. And she's another Sagittarius. And if you don't know that podcast, it's really great. Opening the Door. I should try to link that in the show notes. I'm going to make a note of that. Link Opening the Door in the show notes. Link Opening Door show notes. Anyway, I was listening to one of her podcast episodes and she was chatting about how Sagittarius people are always on a quest. And I had never really heard that before. And I was like, yes, that is it. I am always on a quest. I am always trying to figure out some kind of adventure, trying to figure out some kind of experience. I'm always on a quest for knowledge. It doesn't have to be a physical quest. A lot of times it's a mental quest. It's a mental challenge. Like, what kind of fitness quest can I go on? What kind of rabbit hole can I go down? That is my energy, 100%. So I like to think of Sagittarius as kind of the quest archetype, right? It's this heroic journey. It's a pilgrimage. It's the search for meaning, right? I am always on the search for the meaning behind anything, really. And these quests, like I just mentioned, they can be emotional quests, creative, spiritual, academic, a relational quest. Maybe it's artistic. Maybe it's geographic. We don't pursue these experiences to escape. We pursue these experiences because we love to expand. And the quest is always about truth, purpose, and becoming. What can we quest? What quest can we go on now to expand into our next highest self? Sagittarius shadow, our shadow energy, is directly tied to Jupiter, which is the planet of more. So shadow expressions include overcommitting, hello, impulsivity, hello, escapism, toxic optimism, don't have that, bouncing between passions, guilty, scattered energy, guilty, burnout, guilty, avoidance of discomfort. Sometimes I think that's natural for anybody. We love beginnings. Who doesn't love a new planner? Who doesn't love a new year? Sagittarius people love them. We love inspiration, whether that is from our friends, our coworkers, art, music, whatever it may be. Inspiration is our jam. And we love possibility. What we tend to avoid are endings. Patience, that's challenging, yes. Routine, I would love a routine, but I'm always so challenged to stick to a routine. And stillness, so hard. I mean, I need to work on stillness. That is one of my biggest challenges of all time. So, what is the lesson? The archer must be still before the arrow can fly, right? I was just having a conversation with some of my friends about this just last week. So, I thought it was really interesting when I was putting this episode together that concept came up. Because stillness is focus and stillness is power, right? So even today, when I was on my walk and I was having a moment of stillness, I started getting all these downloads. Because what can happen is, because we are always on a quest, because we are always searching for something, we tend to burn ourselves out. Our mind tends to be constantly running. And then it's so hard to, at times, if we're working on a business idea, or for me, like working on the podcast, sometimes my mind is spinning so much, it's hard to get it to narrow down and actually focus on the one thing. So I think going forward into the new year as a Sagittarius, I really do need to spend time every week focusing on that stillness. even this morning, I thought, okay, I had such a busy day yesterday. I was plotting out so much stuff for the podcast. I had so many things going on with the kids. And this morning, I allowed myself to wake up and make a cup of coffee and just sit with my tarot cards and do a 5-card spread and journal and kind of meditate and have some time. And it took like over an hour, and it was amazing. It was amazing the insights that came to me just having a moment of stillness. So the tarot card for a Sagittarius, Temperance, and also the Suit of Wands. So Temperance is a card from the major arcana. Temperance is the mystic who pours between two cups, right? Blending realities, timelines, and truths. Let's see here. Where is the tarot deck? Oh no. Here we go. Let me see. Hold on. Let me try to find my Temperance card really quick. Temperance reminds us that our life is the cauldron, right? Like we pour everything into that cauldron and mix it all up. That we are the alchemist. Timing matters. Slowness is sacred, and magic happens between the extremes. I would love to just see if I could find my Temperance card really quick. Oh my gosh, I sure hope it pops up quick. It's so interesting too, because today I was listening to my friend Jenny C. Bell. I was listening to her podcast, and she was mentioning the Temperance card on her episode that released. And she was talking about this season, the season of Yuletide, Christmas, and how the Temperance card is associated with that. Oh, here we go. Yay. Oh my gosh, it popped right up. The Temperance card, truthfully, has one of them. Well, I'm using this Modern Witch tarot deck, and I love the Temperance card in this deck. And I feel like this is a card that has been coming up a lot with just different things that I've been listening to lately. And in this deck, I love it because this is me. I really do believe this is me. So look at the card. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube. I'll post a picture of this card when I release this episode. So you have this woman, and she's got these incredible red wings. Look there, guys. Behind me are some red wings, right? And she has this cup, and she's pouring it back and forth, right? The balance. But and she's got 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot in the water. So even her footing she's trying to balance her footing. She's trying to balance what it is that she's drinking. She's got these gorgeous, like red angelic wings that look so powerful. And they have that Sagittarius powerful energy, that fire energy. And then she's also wearing, we also think of her as, the rainbow. She's kind of like got this rainbow energy to her, right? But then you also have the sun in the background. You have these gorgeous flowers. And so it's just such a beautiful card. And I'm going to put it here on I have like this little Sagittarius altar that I'm putting together on my desk. I also have this Sagittarius oracle card from oh gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I have this deck called Stars of the Divine, and I have this oracle card from that. And I love this particular card for Sagittarius. It's really cool. Okay. So moving on. We also have the Suit of Wands. So the Suit of Wands is also considered kind of like the suit of fire. It's all about intuition, passion, creativity, spiritual purpose, and this divine spark. So Sagittarius season really amplifies that wand energy. You'll get downloads, visions, inspiration. Like I have literally been on fire this whole weekend, like bursting with ideas and visions and so many things, like really embodying the Sagittarius energy. So let's see here. I wanted to mention Sagittarius correspondences to enhance any kind of ritual work that you might be doing, magic, and just like the overall embodiment. Colors often associated with this season would be like a royal purple for spiritual expansion, a deep blue for wisdom and truth, gold for Jupiter's abundance and fire, like a burnt orange, kind of like my necklace here, for creative flame. I love this necklace. It really does make me feel Sagittarius energy. And we also have indigo for intuition. Some flowers associated with the season would be carnation for protection and passion, hydrangea for emotional honesty, chrysanthemum for truth and longevity, and peony for good fortune and expansion. Now, some of these flowers are probably going to be hard to find this time of year in some areas where you live, so keep that in mind. It may be easier to work with herbs because you can usually get those dried, such as sage for wisdom and clearing. We have clove, which is all about fire magic, courage, cinnamon for manifestation with that Jupiter energy, anise for intuition and psychic expansion, and then dandelion for wishes, destiny, and the quest. One of the things that I was thinking about doing today or sometime this week was to make a Sagittarius simmer pot. So you could get flowers associated with Sagittarius season. You could use some of these essential oils, such as frankincense for spiritual truth, cedarwood for grounding fire, bergamot for fire and optimism, black pepper for courage and motivation, and then ginger, which is Jupiter expansion plus vitality. These correspondences can help you align your glamour magic, meditation, and ritual practices with the energy of the season. So I was also going to look up some other correspondences that I could pour into making a Sagittarius simmer pot to not only put all my intentions for Sagittarius season into the simmer pot, but then it also smells nice for my whole house. What are some crystals for big Sagittarius energy? Well, as I was doing my research, it's saying that garnet is considered the traditional stone because it's all about passion, grounding, vitality. But for me personally, I don't resonate with that stone so much this season. The stone that I really resonate with, for whatever reason, is aquamarine. So I have just decided to claim aquamarine as my stone of this season. Even though aquamarine is more of a watery stone, and that may be true. It's not really a fiery stone by any means, but it is a stone that really helps guide me the most deeply this Sagittarius season. And what I've been encouraging you to do is to pick stones that really resonate with you for whatever reason. To me, this stone, even though it does not snow where I live, it just feels like snow. It feels magical. It feels mystical. It feels like winter. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at it when I look at my piece of aquamarine, I feel like I'm looking at a little blue winter wonderland. It looks like a little piece of ice. Look at that beautiful blue color. This is a really lovely little piece of aquamarine. Aquamarine is very expensive. So, I mean, to get a piece like this is very expensive. You can get cheap little tumbles of it. That's not too pricey. Aquamarine offers clarity, intuition, truth, courage, calm communication, soul aligned direction, which is amazing for this time of year. It acts as a compass for the Sagittarius fire. It helps point you toward the quest that actually matters, not the 100 million different directions that you may want to go in. So because the stone has been such a guide for me, I'm doing a full aquamarine episode, which will be released on December 23rd. So we'll be exploring its history, lore, magical uses, zodiac connections, like how to source it, all the things in that episode. So I'm just going to kind of leave aquamarine there. Other Sagittarius supporting stones would be things like labradorite, which is a very liminal stone. And I feel like this is a very liminal season. Pyrite, which I just did a recent episode on, because this stone kind of is I feel like this is a very visionary stone. We also have smoky quartz, which is great for stabilizing the field around you. If you're feeling like you're being pulled in so many different directions, I like to hold 2 pieces of smoky quartz in my hand and just kind of sit with them and meditate with them, because it's very like protective and grounding when we as Sagittarius people want to be literally all over the place at all times. And then we also have sodalite, which is this beautiful kind of blue speckled stone. It's great for philosophical clarity. And then finally, I have this amethyst carved skull here. And amethyst is for spiritual wisdom and calm, which is all good this time of year as well. So I also want to mention to you guys about some Sagittarius glamour magic. Glamour magic is something that I am really starting to do some deep diving on. This glamour magic is truth-based charisma, which is Sagittarius energy at its best. So a small Sagittarius glamour ritual that you could do would be, you could choose any perfume or oil that you like to work with, and you can just kind of whisper to it, "May my inner fire be seen with clarity and purpose." And then you'll want to just kind of like visualize gold and indigo flame swirling around you. So you want to visualize kind of like this gold and indigo flame swirling around you as you're whispering into your perfume or oil. And then you'll want to apply it to your pulse points with intention. And you could also wear some aquamarine or labradorite jewelry as all like a glamour charm. And this is not beauty magic. This is more about alignment magic, right? I want to do a mini meditation, which I call the arrow. We're going to try to do a meditation here, and my son is playing Roblox in the background and trying to sabotage the meditation. Yeah. Such is my life, guys. Such is my life. Do I meditate regularly? No. Should I? Yes. But I find it very challenging. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and imagine yourself standing on a cliff at twilight, right? The sky is kind of this deep violet purple color. The air is cool. You hold a bow in your hand. It's your bow, and it's carved with symbols of your life's lessons. And you have a single arrow that waits. You pull it back. What do you feel? You feel your breath align, your spine lengthen, your purpose sharpen. And then you ask, what is my next quest? And you see the arrow glow with your answer. And when you're ready, release. Let it fly into the dark. Trust it will land exactly where it's meant to. So in closing, Sagittarius season reminds us that you are a seeker, you are an adventurer, you are a reinventor, you are a philosopher, you are a mystic, you are a storyteller, you are a liminal, wild-hearted soul. Choose your quest with clarity, aim your arrow with intention, trust the fire within you, step through the portal with courage. I do want to recommend one book. I did not really reference this book in this episode, but I think it's a great book. It's called Sagittarius Witch: Unlock the Magic of Your Sun Sign by It says Sagittarius Witch, The Power of the Arrow in Flight. It's by Ivo Dominguez Jr. and Enfys J. Book. It's a great little kind of, I don't want to say pocket size because it's bigger than pocket size, but it's a great little book all about Sagittarius energy. And oh my gosh, there's so much to learn in this book. So I will link this in the show notes as well because it's a great book to pick up if you are Sagittarius Witch yourself. So this was big Sagittarius energy. And this is your season. And even if you are not a Sagittarius, take the energy of this season and shoot your arrow. See where you can go. Have that stillness, pull back, release, and let's rock it forward into the new year. So on that note, have a beautiful day, my friends. Bye. Thank you so much for jumping down the rabbit hole with me. If you connected with this episode in any way, I would love it if you could share it with a friend. Also, please tag me on social media. I'm at mystical.mama.ash or at Big Crystal Energy Podcast, mostly on Instagram. It helps so much getting my episodes out there and finding more magical, kooky, and spooky friends. Sending you all Big Crystal Energy. Cheers!